how you got through it and what you saw and what you'd like to put forward this week.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. Like I said after the game, man, the crowd was awesome. You could tell it was a different type of energy. So just excited to get to experience that again this week.
What do you learn going up against a defense like that now, facing a defense that's the number one in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the best two defenses that we played this year have been last week and then this week. I mean, this group is super talented. They got veteran players. They got young players really across the board from top to bottom that can make a lot of plays. So, you got to give them credit, but we got to have a good week.
What do you see from Anderson and Hunter off the edge?
Yeah, I mean, they're great players. Played against Will my freshman year in college, and I've watched Daniil since I was a kid, and he was at LSU. So a ton of respect for those guys. They are who they are for a reason. And like I said, they have players from the front four, linebackers, DBs that can all make you pay if you don't do your job.
What do you remember from that matchup with Will freshman year?
Yeah, I mean, he was, my freshman year, I played some really good players. Played him, Jared Verse, and Jalen Carter, all when I was 18 years old. So, it's definitely, it's a great experience for, a young player. And, I had a feeling one day I would, get to see him again. But, he's an extremely talented player, plays the game really hard. A ton of respect for him and, what he's been able to do.
Shoot. It was at a matchup like this, just like in last week, as you're talking about playing these great defenses, you want to be perfect, but that's probably not the way it's going to play. Like, how do you deal with
what people have to say?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't give a shit what anyone says, to be honest with you. It's easy to, type behind a Twitter account that, is fake. As I hold myself to the highest expectation of anybody, I want to be perfect. And it's hard for me to, get told that it's going to be hard to be perfect. But, the Chargers, obviously I didn't pitch a shutout. I had 2 or 3 plays that I wish I could have back. But that's $300 million in defensive ends. And, I got a ton of respect for those dudes. And it's just going to be like that every week in the playoffs. They had a good group. This team has an extremely talented group. We win, the next group is going to be just as good. And it's just playoff football. These are the best teams with the best defenses, the best offenses, the best players. They're in the playoffs for a reason. So, like Coach Vrabel said, I'm sure y'all heard it, you got to be willing to spill a little blood and violence. And you just got to hope you don't spill more than they do. That's the name of the game.
What's taught you, giving you the ability after certain weeks, however you judge yourself, to bounce back the next week or to play the way you want to play the next week?
It's my job. It's what they paid me to do. You can't, I can look at it and, be like, yeah, I wish I had 2 plays back last week, but that's wasting energy towards this week. And somebody told me that, and it's very true. I can't be worried about last week because, quite frankly, the second after it happened, it doesn't make anymore. It's not anything I can do about it. The people and the stands can do about it. You just have to move on and keep playing. You can't let one play turn into 10. One play, you learn from it. You see what you did wrong. You go to the sideline, you make adjustments, you fix it, and learn from it. Like I said, I mean, it's not going to be perfect. Won't be perfect this week. These guys are, extremely talented. Like I've been saying, from top to bottom. So everybody on offense, we got to have a great week. Everybody's got to do our job to win a game like this.
And to see Drake, come after the game, said I didn't play my best, but step up and make the throw to Hunter when you need to make that throw. What's that like for you guys as a group to do that offensively?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we have utmost confidence in Drake. But like I said, I mean, it's not going to be perfect every time. At the end of the day, we won the damn game, and that's. Survive and advance. There's stuff to learn from every position group. But that's what you ask for. When you win and still have stuff to correct, it's a good thing. So try to fix the stuff that we didn't do what we needed to do last week, learn from it and just keep moving forward.
Well, I believe you were 18 when you faced Will Anderson at college. What do you remember about that matchup?
Yeah, he's a talented player. I said it earlier. I played him, Jared Verse, and Jalen Carter all in my freshman year at 18 years old. And, that's 3 really talented players in this league. Great learning experience for me. He's a really talented player.
What do you think of the crowd?
Yeah, it was the best I've seen it since I've been here. You could definitely tell there was a different type of energy for the playoffs, and hopefully we'll get that again this week.
LSU vibes?
Nah, just not as many people.
Yeah, that's right. 100,000.
There was a bunch of energy, but LSU Bowl was like 45 more thousand people, so it's a little different, but it was still really cool.
LSU.
Just saying, just being honest.
Will, we know that effort and finish really important to Mike, right? How important is that finish in particular? It sounds like these 2 edge guys are kind of high motor, unrelenting types of players.
Yeah, I mean they're 2 of the best in the game at what they do, and they play extremely hard, like you said, high motors, and that's their entire defense. Their linebackers fly around, DBs fly around. This is a physical group, and I think their coach kind of preaches the same thing as Braves does, and it shows on tape the way that they play the game on offense and defense. So like I said, we got to have a good week of practice and be prepared because it's going to be a challenge.
How much you relish the challenge?
Yeah, so what you come to the NFL for, what you want to be in these types of games. It's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be easy, but you got to find a way to scratch and claw to come out with a victory. And that's the fun of games. I mean, beating somebody 50-0 is cool, but these are the type of atmospheres, environments, the type of challenges that guys in both locker rooms look forward to.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. They got new names, though.
There's a new kind, right? Too.
Nah, some more been around.
Don't know what they have, but I thought there was one more.
Thin Mints is for my mom. Yeah, I think Thin Mints are for an older crowd. Forgive me.
Hey, us people need cookies too. Fries. Idiot fries.
Y'all can shoot.
What's your best Mike Vrabel story from your time here?
My short time spending with him. I don't know. We've had a lot of interactions. I just think he's a hell of a coach. He's like another father figure too. He's taught me a lot since I've been in this short span of time, just as far as how you approach things and rolling with the punches and keeping that positive mindset and being selfless. That's something I kind of, I wouldn't say I struggled with it throughout my career, but being a receiver, it's hard to be all about everybody else. But when I got here, he kind of showed me that it's always for the greater good. And, you'll come up with more wins that way, and you'll be just fine.
How did he show you that?
I mean, just through actions, like finishing with blocks. And, you think it's just something small, but it's something that kind of echoes throughout your team, that guys that you actually care. I mean, you're trying to take a hit off a guy, or you're trying to, finish. I just feel like it's something small, but it goes a long way. So something that's.
He was complimenting your blocking on the side.
Yay!
Steph, there were 29 new guys playing their first playoff game last week. How do you think they came through, and what good will it do them going forward here?
Just getting that experience. I feel like, we all learn from experience. And that's the best teacher. And getting out there and seeing the atmosphere and knowing exactly what you need to do, it just helps them going into the next game. New guys or not, they've been playing football their whole life. It's the same game they've been playing. So, heightened anxieties. It's the same game. For everybody else, it gets a little anxious, I guess. But if you're out there, you playing ball, be on your keys, be on your details, and you'll be just fine.
How important is that this week?
It's 100%. That's going to be the best defense we've seen. They got a hell of a player. Hats off to that team. They've done a great job all year. They got great edge rushers, great corners. They got good guys in the back end that can play the ball well. They got good interior. They all around just a good-ass football team. It's going to be definitely a task for us, a challenge that I know we all look forward to.
What stands out specifically to you with the secondary in Houston?
They got a knack for the ball, from the top to bottom, from the corners to the safeties. I spent some time there myself, so I'm a little bit familiar with those guys. I wouldn't say I know them like the back of my hand, but they just, aggressive. They play the ball when they see it, and They're just good DBs.
Steph, Coach Rabel has reminded you guys all year long to enjoy this, to have fun. Why do you think that's so important? Is it more important at this time?
I mean, people just lose sight of it. Very fortunate to be playing football right now. So when you coming into work with the mindset of, damn, I gotta do what? It's a lot on the couch right now. Excuse my language, but it's real. I mean, I'm serious about it, but it's a lot of people on the couch right now. So you get blessed to get up and have a job. I'm not saying you won't have a job if you're not playing football, but being able to come in the building, be around the bros, talk trash all day, kick it, and grind to try to figure out ways to win the football game. It's a blessing. It's not like the regular season, because those are you're supposed to have those. These are not. You're not supposed to have them. So I think it's just reassuring that your coach still wants you to have that mindset of just let loose a little bit, have fun, put in the necessary work so you can have fun, and keep the mindset of just keeping the main thing the main thing.
Does that take the pressure off by the time the game gets here?
I don't really look at pressure that way. Pressure comes from people who deal with daily stuff, everyday life stuff. I'm saying this is a sport that you've been playing since you was young. You're fortunate enough to play it. Of course, it'll come with some anxiety at some point, but I feel like this is a game. I don't forget that it's a game, and I love it to death, and I'll do anything for this game. But I think people that deal with everyday life have a much harder time to deal with.
Stefon, there's an interesting moment. There's a mic'd up clip going around from last game.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the sideline talking to Drake, and at one point you say, use your legs.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of encouraging him in that way, it sounded like. Why? As a receiver, obviously, you like to
I
catch
want
the
the
ball,
ball,
right? so why ask him to do that?
I mean, he's a hell of an athlete. I feel like he makes plays with his legs. I feel like he's comfortable using his legs. And I mean, whatever it takes to help the quarterback settle in, too. You never know that using your legs kind of make them, loosen some other things up. And, being a receiver, you never know, like, it might take the corner's eyes off you. You just never know. I also feel like whatever it takes for us to win the game, I don't care how it comes out. We're in a piece, and, I'm here. I'm going to throw as many blocks as I can. I'm going to tell him that his next play is his best play. He's a hell of a player. I just want to continue to see him grow. And, I'm just trying to be an echo of some positive energy, and, if it's using his legs is what's needed and turning them out of Vic, I'm with whatever.
He also wants you to come out last in the intros because it
I don't
feels like
like that.
you do a better job getting the crowd going.
I don't
than him.
like that. I like to be the second to last, and then we get a little bit of Drake, and it's like the sprinkles on top of the ice.
What do you appreciate about really strong on third downs this season? How much pride do you take in being somebody in a gotta have it moment for the quarterback?
I mean, moving the changes is part of my job. I feel like I just try to do my job the best way I can, and not only do we pay attention to it, other teams pay attention to it. So if I can continue to do that, great. If not, hopefully I'm opening it up for other guys.
Do you feel like they're scouting you out for that as games go on?
I don't know, man. I gotta look at it.
Step to the point about Drake using his legs. He hurt them doing that when you guys saw some man coverage last weekend. As a group, how do you feel like you guys have performed against man lately, and what do you need to do Sunday to beat it?
It's going to be another test for us. Like I said, it's one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league. Man-to-man coverage, that's what you want as a receiver. You know what you're getting. You know what you're seeing, and it's man versus man. So it's going to be huge for us to run routes the right way and be available for the quarterback. It's going to be a lot of contested catches and things like that. So just play what you see, the same game you've been playing, and, make those plays for the quarterback so he can get comfortable back there. Might not have to use the leg as much.
Do you stay in touch with any of the guys in Houston? And if so, has there been any back and forth this week about the game? No.
How important is it to be one of the vocal
Tank,
leaders?
CJ, and my dog.
And
How important is it to be one of the vocal leaders on this team?
It's important. I mean, I kind of don't look at it that way. I just be being myself for real. I don't look at it as something I got to go out my way to do. Naturally, feel like I'm a leader, so I don't go in like I need to do this or I need to do that. Nah, and like when I'm talking to the team before the game, I'm just saying the first thing that comes to my mind. So don't look too much into it.
You had talked about the crowd last week, how you needed them.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah,
about
they felt the way about that too. I heard they said it was loud. Just another challenge for them. You know what I'm saying? I know they challenge us each and every game to be amazing. So I'm just throwing a little challenge for them them to show up on defense. Still quiet on offense, but I'm gonna just challenge to be a little louder. You just never know.
So they can bring it to another level?
Could help us. You never know.
Steph, how do you view the year that you spent in Houston as it relates to your entire career?
It was cool. I had a great time. I got a lot of respect for those guys over there, everybody included. GM, top-down coaches, got a lot of respect for them. Fortunate for me, I got hurt, but fortunate enough, I landed here. So I feel like growing pains, you learn from a lot of things that you go through. So I trust where I am right now, where God's placed me, and I'm happy to be where I'm at. So learned a lot from it, though. I had a good time in Houston. So
Hey, Steph, we've
Should be
seen Josh McDaniels call some creative plays.
Yeah,
One
he's
had
good.
Efton as a
Yeah.
thrower last week. Would you
I don't
ever
know
want to
why.
be a
I
thrower?
don't know why. I should have threw that pass. But, you know, if they trusted Efton in that situation, I said maybe next time, you know, I'll show off what I got. But, you know, I've thrown a couple of passes. I don't know how successful they are. I overthrew Kirk Cousins on a Thursday night football game. I think I remember that. So don't worry about it. Don't even mention it. All right.
Steph, speaking of Josh, you guys worked with another coach, McDaniels, last year at Houston.
Yeah.
For those of us who don't know Ben, how are they similar? How are they different?
Yeah, they're a lot similar in regards to how you work and the time that you put in and how serious they take it. They love football. I can tell it's a little brother rivalry there. We'll see how Sunday goes if they throw the gloves off or something or talk to each other. But they definitely have a lot of similarities on how they approach the game and how serious they are. And I appreciated my time in Houston. He's somebody that I actually got a lot of respect for. Spent a lot of time with him. You know, learned a lot. You know how they do things and this kind of thing. So I had a good time there. You know, but they still, I think they got that older little brother thing. So we'll see how it goes.
What do you appreciate about not being on the couch this time of year, considering
I'm usually
where you
not
were
on the
last
couch.
season?
I'm usually not on the couch.
But considering where you were last season, you
I was
probably
hurt,
were
though.
on the couch.
I was
Exactly.
hurt though. They wasn't on the couch. They was in a piece still, but I'm just fortunate. You know, I'm blessed to be where I am. That's why I say like, not just being here, but being in the position we're in. Like I'm super thankful. I come into work, you know, motivated like it's training camp. Like I'm ready to grind, ready to get after and do whatever it takes for us to get a win. So, no couch for me. Trying to go anti-couch.
Steph, when you go up against a defense that has the pass rushers
Yeah.
that they do, is there like an added sense of urgency or things for you and the receivers to get open early?
I wouldn't say added, but definitely it's in the back of your mind during the week when you're preparing that you need to get open in a timely fashion. And, you know, you need to beat the edge rush, the pass rush. You know, those guys like to put their ears back and, you know, rush the pass or get off the ball super fast. So your route isn't so much of what's in front of you, it's what's got it off that line of scrimmage. So, you know, like I said, it's going to be a test for us, a challenge, but I know everybody's looking forward to it. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Play is very important.
Last one for me is games are getting bigger, stakes are getting higher. How are you guys handling that?
Just staying the course. You know what I mean? Playing our identity like we talked about and everything like that. Not getting too high, not getting too low, and just making sure to take advantage of the opportunities we get.
It's getting exciting though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Every single week.
What stands out on tape about this Texans offense to you?
Yeah, the main thing is they're finding ways to run the ball. You know, that's their thing, especially versus the Steelers that I've seen. And then also, you know, getting the ball to their playmakers. You know, throwing the ball deep and everything like that. They had a couple plays like that, and then exploiting the situation of mismatches whenever it comes down to it. But being able to run the ball is the main thing.
I know Nico Collins' status up in the air, obviously. Does that change how you guys approach preparing for that team? Obviously, he's their best offensive weapon.
I mean, when it comes down to it, he's a great player. But at the end of the day, you know, no matter who's out there, we're trying to, you know, make sure that we do the things that we need to do defensively and cause havoc whenever it comes down to playing defense.
Marcus, you guys have defense caused a lot of havoc with the Chargers offering its fits for those point total you guys a lot this season. Are some of the things that happened in that game transferable? Like, do you see the growth of this defense where that stuff can carry over into this week?
Every week is different, but I will say, you know, we're always trying to make it hard for the situation of the quarterback. You know, disguising, doing the things that we need to do, get back there. You know, anytime that we're in the backfield, you know, good things happen, and being able to make sure that we're dialed in on each side. You know, there's things that we need to improve on the defensive side that we know, and we're always trying to get 1% better every day.
Spillane was saying after the game that Chargers players are coming up to them. We didn't know what you guys were doing with that camp. Can you feel that during the course of a game? Like they're not seeing it. We are in their heads a little bit.
Yeah, we can feel it a little bit, but at the end of the day, you know, we're always trying to make sure we play 4 quarters. But, you know, if those guys are saying that, then we did our job when it comes down to that.
Talk about C.J. Stroud, the challenges he presents.
Yeah, a quarterback that can make all the throws and also get outside of the pocket and make the throws down the field. So we got to make sure to account for his legs. And at the end of the day, you know, he's always trying to make the right decisions in certain situations and everything like that, whether it's down the field or getting the ball out quick.
Marcus, how would you describe the vibe around this team this week?
I would say it's the same. It's another opportunity. You know, we're excited to be back in this building, so we're going to try to take advantage of the opportunity that we get. And then also, you know, it's hard to win in this league. You know, we're blessed in the sense of being able to have another week. So we're going to prepare and do the things that we need to do.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, Hunter's a tremendous teammate, super smart, can do absolutely anything and everything. So it's been a ton of fun having him in that room. And Got the same draft class as me, so we have a lot of good stories over the past 10 years playing ball. So love it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Austin.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Also, what do you take from Sunday to this one? What did you like about that game? 29 guys getting first-time experience. What did you like, and how do you look at this one challenge ahead?
Well, got it done. Love that part. Playoff football, it's not always going to be perfect, but we found a way to take advantage of opportunities, continue to strain and fight for each other. Defense was absolutely outstanding for us, and offensively just taking advantage of opportunities. So, this week, just, locking on the details, get prepared for a very physical and fast defense, and just get ready to have fun and compete.
You hear your quarterback say he didn't play the best game that he wanted to, yet he steps up and makes that throw to Hunter when you need it. How nice is that to see what he does and continues to do?
That's straight man right there. You got to have it. That guy's been lights out for us. Doesn't change his demeanor ever. Regardless what the scoreboard says, regardless what however many in a row he completed or whatever. He's just the same guy. So that's a credit to who he is as a person and as leader of this football team.
Challenge of this number one defense coming in here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They do a fantastic job. So we gotta be locked in on the details. Be ready for a fast physical run.
Is it sort of, in terms of pass protection this week, Austin, is it sort of all hands on deck where you guys, be part of that plan? They get such great edge rushers there.
Yeah, they're super talented edge guys. What our plan is, I'll keep between us here in the locker room. But they certainly earned every bit of respect and that they've earned in this league, and they warrant definitely a bunch of hands on them. So just got to stay locked in on the details, whatever the plan is there. Keep between us. Just got to be ready to nail it and execute it.
What's it like the week of preparation as you get further and further? I know you guys have done the same. You have an identity, but further, how much do you want to do everything and anything you can to be ready for everything?
Yeah, I think we've done a great job. Braves has done an awesome job of just, kind of keeping it pretty standardized. It's not like we got to the postseason, all of a sudden we're doing something that we haven't done before. We're just, building upon the standard that we forged in the off season and carried, put under stress in training camp and then throughout the gauntlet of the NFL season. So, to answer your question, we're not reinventing the wheel at this point in the season. So it's just about being locked in and ready to compete and have some fun too.
Will was just talking about how he's learned this year that he can't harp on a bad play. He has to quickly move on to the next. What have you seen from him in terms of just kind of being able to bounce back and do it worse?
Yeah, I just see it's the same mentality every single play. He wants to tear someone's face off. So, you guys might see bad play. I see Will doing this thing every play. I'm out there. I don't see everything. I just know him in the huddle. He's ready. He's ready to choose violence every single play, and that's all you can ask for.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Walking off.
Yeah.
Sorry, coming late. Just how much does Nico Collins' presence kind of impact the games?
Yeah, he's probably their best player on offense. So, obviously he's an impactful player, and we'll see if he plays.
How much of a challenge is CJ Stroud?
Say that one more time.
I'm sorry. How much of a challenge is CJ Stroud?
Oh yeah, he could. When he gets hot, he's a monster. He gets the ball out quick. He has this crazy rhythm to the way he throws the ball. It's kind of like a flick. But he can be a game changer if he's on point.
What have you seen from some of their other receivers?
They got good guys, good complementary guys who can come in and make plays. Obviously, you've seen Christian Kirk had a big game last game, and they got the rookie. And they also got guys who can take the top off the coverage. So they got a lot of talent in the receiving room.
Carlton, you had said that you were looking forward to the crowd. You said it should be special. Was it special? What was that like?
Oh yeah, it was special. Just to have the home crowd out there. It's been special all year, but last game really showed how passionate our fans is about the game.
What were the Steelers doing so effectively to kind of force the turnovers they did against Stroud?
They was showing different looks, different coverages, just disguising a little bit.
How much does their running game, which seems to be catching fire in the last couple of games, add to their offense in terms of how it makes it difficult to go against?
Anytime a team can run the ball, that's obviously the first thing you got to stop. So whenever a team's running the ball good, you want to obviously neutralize that, and then you'll be able to pass rush and play a little bit of defense.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.